What's up, fellow YouTubers? How you cool cobras doing this fine evening? I go for a nighttime stroll, but before I do that, gonna hang out with you for a bit on a quick video. Yeah, so this is gonna be a quick gender relations video. Because I've noticed a couple things with the genders, and what got me thinking about this was the other day I was hanging out with one of my buddies, and he said to me, he says, hey, you know what, me and my girlfriend like hanging out with you, but some of the comments you make about the female form make her feel uncomfortable, so if you could refrain from making obnoxious comments like that around her when we're hanging out together, that'd be great. And I said, hey man, not a problem, I appreciate you bringing it to my attention. I guess when you're with your guy friends it's different. Oh wait, no it's not. Now, my buddy's girlfriend's not like that, generally speaking, but you know what, I've heard women make some really obnoxious comments about a man's body before. So for women to feel uncomfortable about it, it's understandable, but it's also extremely hypocritical, and that's not to pick on anyone, that's just the truth. You know, like say like, okay, it's the weekend and you and your gal pals are in college, you're having like a little college slumber party. Someone brings over some wine coolers, you're doing each other's nails, and what do you think they're going to talk about? All the guys they think are super attractive and what's the best feature they like about them. Uh-huh. The same shit a guy would do if he was with his guy buddies at the bar having a drink, like, dude, I seen this chick the other day. Oh my god, she had some nice titties. Yeah, buddy. And chicks do the same crap, you know what I'm saying? But here's where we have the difference. Okay? I'm not trying to pick on anyone. This is just me telling it like it is. But if a dude walks up to a chick and says, hey honey, nice ass, she could turn around and slap him and say, how dare he, she has a husband, shame on him for being a pig. Where does he get off acknowledging she's attractive? I'll tell you where guys get off, all over your technical difficulties. But I'm serious, right? Now if a dude walks up to a chick and says that, she has all the right in the world to just slap him across the face and call him a pig and an asshole and whatever, right? But if a chick walks up to a dude and says, nice ass, and he fucking slaps her across the face and says, madam, how dare you, I have a wife. You know what she would say? It was just a compliment, you asshole. Geez, what, do you hit your wife too? Now fellas out there might be like, yeah, what the fuck is up with that? Women are allowed to hit men, but men are not allowed to hit women. Well, that's part of being a male. Those are the responsibilities of being a male. And if you don't like it, well, tough shit. You know? I don't care what she does, YouTube. She could punch you 5-6 times, put your hands in your pocket and walk away. Be the bigger man, as they say. It doesn't matter if she's in the wrong or not. 9 times out of 10, if you're a dude, you're screwed. They're not going to take your fucking side. All she has to do is play the victim, and it's, you know. And you want to call me a sexist for saying it, but it's the truth. Society tends to favor women more when it comes to victimization. Whenever men deal with rape, domestic abuse, violence, or sexism, we're told to suck it up, you pussy, quit being a crybaby about it. Women deal with that crap. Women bitch about it. It gets changed. Like, ladies, could you imagine if that was the stereotype you had to live with? How is it rape? All you women want is dick. Serious. What if that was the standard? What if that was the standard? All you women want is dick. So how is it rape? Well, that's what men have to go through. I'm not saying being a woman's any easier, but, you know, this, oh, how is it rape? All you men want is sex, you know? It's horseshit. Now, one can argue that women being able to check out men, but men cannot check out women without there being some sort of backlash from society or, you know. Because you hang out with women long enough and you know, they're just as obnoxious as men. However, generally speaking, women do not flirt as obnoxiously as men do, at least not up front, because women flirting with men obnoxiously is just seen as unladylike. Being perverted is seen as a male characteristic, so because of that, women feel a lot more private about being perverted. You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, you know, women have a perverted sense of humor too. You know? I'm serious. Go to a strip club when it's ladies' night. Some of the obnoxious comments these drunk chicks will throw at the men when they're dancing. I'm willing to bet you they're just as obnoxious as some of the comments men make. Like, straight up, it's a bachelorette party. One of your female friends is getting married, and you're the last one in your group to get married. Oh, boo-hoo, but you don't care because, yeah, there's a stripper right in front of you shaking their ass in your face. All this pressure for men to constantly get laid, there's always this pressure for women to constantly be married. I've said it before and I'll say it again, YouTube. The negative pressure we put on women and men, it's not good. Okay, it implicates so much crap in our society, not to mention it makes dating 10 times more difficult than it needs to be. You know how many times I've heard people say how much they hate dating, how much I've heard people say, dating sucks. I'm not the only person. I've heard several people bitch about it. You even see people on Facebook who are like, well, you know, I haven't been on the dating scene in like 3 years, but I'm willing to give it a try. I don't know, you know. You see a lot of that on social media. People just kind of thinking out loud like, you know. And something to keep in mind is a lot of women will say things like they're going lesbian because they're sick of men and all their crap. That's not going to fix your problems. If that's what you're into sexually, then go for it, you know. But women are no different, you know. And why do a lot of guys fuck chicks and leave? Half of it is because they're assholes and they only want one thing, which further contributes to that negative stereotype that has been placed upon men. The other half of it is because chicks are drama. Oh-wee. And chicks don't have to be nothing but drama, but they've been conditioned by our society to think their invasive actions are cute when they're not. I'm sorry, but that's the fucking truth. That's the reason why. That's the reason why. Because chicks will be sitting there going, "How come they can't find a nice guy? How come all the, you know what I'm saying?" And maybe the guy could be a decent guy, you know, but he's not sure how you're going to be. Like, if you're going to be a handful, if you're going to be nothing but drama like his last girlfriend. So, you know, sometimes guys have trust issues just like women. It's a fact. Yeah, how many guys I've heard say, women are nothing but trouble, and I'm like, you just haven't found the right one, buddy. Huh. And you ever stop and think that when you say women are nothing but trouble, maybe you're not looking for the right woman. Maybe the women that are causing trouble have had a shitty relationship experience, and so it's causing them to treat men like shit and cause a bunch of drama. Because humans are vindictive like that. That's just the fucking truth. And it's fucking sad, dude. It really is. Because it's like, you know, you'll sit there, anybody who will listen, crying tears into your tequila, talking about what a piece of shit your ex was and blah, 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 right? But then you turn around and you treat men the same way your ex treated you. You're no better than they are. Yeah, if you're a dude sitting there bitching about what a C-bomb your last girlfriend was, but then you turn around and you treat women like shit because of it, you're no better than she is, dude. Trust is a lot easier. Trust is a lot easier to destroy than it is to build. And regrettably, could you blame anyone for having trust issues if they've been on the dating scene for several years and then every boyfriend or girlfriend they've had up to a certain point has been nothing but shit? The truth of it is, people will use each other on the dating scene. They will. People will use each other on the dating scene for money, for sex, for a quick meal ticket, for a place to crash. And it's sad. You know what I'm saying? Or they'll just use you as a side piece because they got other people they're seeing, you know? And that's just it, dude. It's horrible. You know, if you're using someone for a place to crash, you're using someone for a quick meal ticket, or using someone for sex or money, you're a horrible person. And you may not think much of it, but trust and believe karma will bite you in the ass. And karma on the dating scene sucks. You go around treating everyone else like shit. One day you're going to find someone, you're going to want to spend the rest of your life with them, and it's never going to happen. And you're going to sit there and cry and be all heartbroken and depressed about it. Like, oh, it's so not fair. But then you're going to think back to what a horrible person you were on the dating scene prior to that point. And you're going to be like, oh. And at some point, you're going to be sitting there going, why can't I find someone? Because you're a shitty person and you attract shitty people? That's why. And the best part is when you see these shitty people and you can't see a parallel of their actions to your actions. You'll be sitting there telling your buddies like, oh, thank God I broke up with that person. Oh my God, they were just the absolute worst. Well, what made them so bad? You start listing off all the problems you had with that person. And then you stop and think, wait a minute. I exhibit some of those problems. Huh. And sometimes it's not because you're a shitty person. Sometimes it's just because you think you're not good enough for someone who would treat you right. The problem with the dating scene is when people encounter shitty people, they become accustomed to it. It negatively impacts their entire world to such a degree that they don't have the confidence to find someone decent for them. They think, oh, well, you know, this is all I'm good for. Because the people who treat them like shit have got them conditioned to think, hey, you know what? This is all they're good for. So because of that, people who are stuck in relationships that are not good for them, they have a hard time getting out because, one, they're so used to that person. Two, dating's difficult. Three, finding someone new can be difficult. Four, the conditioning and the grooming that's taken place in that toxic relationship will leave that person feeling trapped and feeling like they're not good enough. So that when they do finally break up with that person, instead of taking the opportunity to go, hey, you broke up with that person, find someone better. 9 times out of 10, they go right back to the same asshole, but with a different name. And it's the same problems as the last relationship. Learning to recognize that pattern. When you break up with someone, does the next boyfriend or girlfriend you have exhibit the same problems your last one had? And if the answer is yes, then why hook up with them? Because some part of you thinks, oh, I can fix them. This is especially true for women. A lot of women want to date the asshole because they think, oh, if they fix him, they can brag to their female friends about how they met Mr. Right. And let me tell you something, ladies. Guys are sick of that crap. If you don't like who we are, then don't date us. You know, if you don't like if you like someone, why change something about them? I mean, if they drink too much and they get violent when they drink, that's different. That's a separate issue altogether. But like, oh well, their clothing choice, their style of clothing, or the way they wear their hair, or their mannerisms, or the way they pronounce their words, little nitpicky shit like that, you know, that's what I'm talking about. Like, it's ridiculous, YouTube. And like, you know what I'm talking about, fellas, when she's like, oh, well, you look so much more handsome if you wore clothes like this. And it's like, that's your opinion. This is my style. I'm going to rock it. You don't like it? Break up with me then. That's the best part, fellas. We try that crap with women. It doesn't work. Well, you'd look so much sexier if you wore more revealing clothing. Excuse me? Oh, you never hear the end of it. Women everywhere be screaming, how dare you overly sexualize the female form, you piece of shit. And then 2 years later, she'd still be pissed off about it. That one fucking time, that one asshole, oh, blah, 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 I'm so glad I broke up with them, fuck them, blah, 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 blah. She could have gone through 2 boyfriends by then, and she'd still be pissed about it. You know, here's Rodney Dangerfield talking about the dating scene today. I tell you what, the genders got no respect for each other. I tell you. I asked my girlfriend, I says, hey babe, you got any protection? She showed me her 38 special. I tell you what. Then I asked her if she wanted to spice things up in the bedroom. She brought out the mace. What the fuck? Fucking A. I said, babe, I'm trying to get kinky here. What the fuck is that? She said, you want to get kinky and spice things up in the bedroom? How about I shove a jalapeno up your butthole? I'm like, whoa. No, thank you. I ain't no flaming asshole. Get out of here with that. Oh, shit. I tell you what. Show me your third. Oh God. I tell you what. My wife said to me the other day, she says, hey, aren't you going to throw those underwear out? I says, why not? Why would I do that? They're perfectly fine. She says, hey, there's a bunch of holes in them. I says to her, well, look at your underwear with the Victoria's Secret. You want to call that underwear? That shit's going up your ass crack. You're not throwing that away. I don't know, YouTube, but going back to the whole shtick of it, like, I tell you what, you know why they call it menopause? Because men have to stop and pause and go, what the fuck did I do wrong? Nah. Freaking. No, but that's just it, YouTube. Dating doesn't have to suck. It doesn't have to be difficult. But people choose to make it difficult. So when you choose to make it difficult, everyone suffers the consequences. Oh, but you're a guy, right? Who gives a fuck? You're getting pussy and that's all that matters, right? Well, somewhere down the line, that's going to come back to bite you in the ass. You know, when you pull crap like that, you're just cock-blocking your fellow gender. You know that? If one chick has encountered 5 to 6 assholes in one row, and then the next 3 or 4 are the same, she's going to have a real hard time trusting men. So a decent guy comes up to her and she's not going to buy it. That's just how it is. I I tell you what, the other day my girlfriend said I had a nice ass, and I said, yeah, baby, I'm your ass. I tell you what. The other day, I asked my girlfriend for a boob job. You know what she said? Go see a plastic surgeon. I tell you what. She's like, I just got out of the shower. You ain't coming all over these. Fucking animal. I tell you what, the other day I was driving my car. My girlfriend sent me a picture of her tits. Almost got into a car wreck. Huh, that's what I call a booby trap. I tell you what. No, seriously, YouTube, seriously. Before I wrap this video up, there are some states in the United States of America where they outlaw certain sexual positions. So, for example, you can't fuck your girlfriend in the ass. You can't receive oral from your girlfriend because the religion. Because religion, that's all I have to say. Like, could you imagine though? It's Sunday night, you just got out of church, you got done making dinner. You and your wife had a couple drinks, the kids are in bed, they're sound asleep. And you and your wife are feeling naughty. So you decide to suck each other off. You're sitting there sucking her pussy off, she's sucking your dick off, you're just feeling spontaneous. Spur of the moment. How the fuck are they gonna know what the fuck you and your wife are doing? There's gonna be some like peeping Tom who's just looking through the window like, officer, arrest that adult couple. They were sucking each other's privates off. I saw the whole thing through the window. Wait, what? It's like, what are you in jail for? Well, I got too many goddamn DUIs. What are you in jail for? I stabbed a guy. What are you in jail for? I murdered a guy. What are you in jail for? I robbed a bank. What are you in jail for? Getting my dick sucked by my wife? And you know what the fucking truth of it is, too? You know the assholes who made that law? These crotchety, over-religious fucks. They're like 185 years old. And if they still have a wife, their wife would never suck their nasty, wrinkly, nutsacker, crotchety old man dick. So they're pissed because they no longer get blowjobs from their wife. So now they're going to make sure everyone else is just as miserable. They're sitting there in their position of authority like, oh well, in the name of religion, I hereby decree I tell you what, I asked my wife for a blowjob the other night. You know what she did? She blew in my face like this. You know, and my final bit for this video, couples will fight over the stupidest of things. It's like, what the fuck, dude? You know, you're sitting there having an argument about how to fold socks with your wife. I mean, for fuck's sake, she asked you to help her with the laundry, because half of it's yours. And one of you is going to have a little OCD fit about how the other one folds socks. And it's like... And it's going to be this 10-minute verbal argument about how to properly fold socks. You both do it differently, but it produces the same results. Your socks are folded. At that point, I'm just like, you know what? I'll do my laundry the way I do it. You do it the way you want to do it, and that's just the way it's going to be. Don't ask me to fucking help fold your clothes if you're gonna fucking sit there and bitch at me because I don't fold your underwear right. And then you get those guys who are just complete slobs. They leave their dirty, crusty socks and their underwear on the floor. And then your wife does this old routine. Picks them up, looks at you. Are these your underwear? Well, I would certainly hope they're my underwear. Otherwise, I'd be asking a lot of questions. Like, are you cheating on me? And some guys are just like, what's the big deal? I don't get it. Okay, fellas. Next time your girlfriend's on her period and she just, instead of throwing the tampon away, she's just going to throw it on the floor. Let it get all hard, crusty, and smelly and gross. And then when you ask her, hey babe, that's kind of gross. Could you pick that up? And she says, what's the big fucking deal? You'd be grossed out, wouldn't you? That's exactly how women feel when guys do crap like that. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. No, but that's just it. Nobody likes doing chores. And if you're a couple, split the chores up evenly or do the chores together. You do the chores together, they get done faster. That's just a fact. In fact, if you want to spice it up a bit, you know, you both can clean the house buck-ass naked. Throw on some awesome music and, you know, yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, dude. You and your wife or your girlfriend are sitting there going, I don't want to clean the house and chores are boring. So you know what you do? You and your wife or your girlfriend sit down, have a couple of alcoholic beverages, and then when you get nice and tipsy, strip down to your underwear, throw on some tunes, and just have fun cleaning the house together, you know? You're sitting there dusting off your shelves. You know, maybe your wife's picking up something else. So while you're dusting off the shelf, you know, you casually just walk by and smack her on the ass because you can. And all of a sudden, instead of it being about cleaning the house, you're making it about spending time with your other half. The chores get done faster and you have fun doing it. That's just a no-brainer. But I'm serious, going back to these assholes, They're like 185 years old. They're too old to get erections. The doctor says if they take Viagra, it's bad for their fucking heart. So they're not getting laid. And even if they could get hard, their wife wouldn't suck their dick anyways because they're from a different time. So then they're going to make sure everyone else is just as miserable as they are. How do they know, though, like, if you're getting your dick sucked by your other half or what have you? Like, how do they physically know? Like, seriously, are they going to be, like, peeping at your window and like, oh, yeah, I saw Jim Bob. He was sucking his wife's pussy real good. I tell you what, her legs are wrapped around his neck. She had her fucking hands gripping the bed sheet. Her back was arching. The dude pulled away from a second and she just sprayed his face. Arrest them both. Like, what the fuck is that, dude? You know how a man can tell when he's had a good blowjob? When he's picking the sheets out of his ass crack. I tell you what, the other day my wife, she wanted me to give her a sponge bath. So I filled the bathtub up with SpongeBob DVDs and some kitchen sponges. Then she told me she wanted a bath bomb, and I said, honey, I don't know how to make explosives. Oh. I don't know, I was on Discord earlier and they were asking me to do my Rodney Dangerfield impression, so I was I'll tell you what, the other day my wife, she says, hey, could you clean the gutters? I says, my jaw might hurt afterwards, but I'll see what I can do. Oh, just kidding. Tell you what, the other night I says to my girlfriend, I says, yeah, babe, I want to get a tattoo. I'm going to $100 bill tattooed on my dick, so when you're blowing my money, at least you're doing it right. Oh, I tell you what, fucking unbelievable. I'm sorry, that was too far. That was a little raunchy. I don't know, YouTube. I want to wrap this here video up. Thanks for watching the night video. And I'll catch you cool cobras later.